Hey, in this video, I'm going to share with you 10 tips for ADHD business owners that I've learned over the years running my business as a mom of two who has prioritized family. So, the 10th tip is going to be how I was able to do that, like the consistent thing I did to grow my business over the years. So, I'll share that in number 10. The first thing is don't feel guilty about not being able to be super organized, have really good schedule, follow your to-do lists. These are just not how we operate. We don't work well that way. So don't feel guilty about it. Drop the shame, drop the guilt, and just work in a way that works really well for you. So that leads me to tip number two. Most of the time, most of us with ADHD get these bursts of energy and maybe these hyper focus moments where we can get so much done. Like I have the ability to get as much done in a few hours of a day as I would in a week if I were trying to push through on a schedule. So make sure you work with those, look for them, be open to them, and kind of drop whatever you can to use those to move you forward. So we're not working in the typical schedule like everyone else. We're working in with our energy, with our interest, with our excitement. And that's actually really good because that comes through in our work. And when we're trying to force it, that also comes through. So you want to work with how you work best. Tip number three, I think, is something that I've only realized very recently, because I have only just been aware of how I operate, kind of at a brain functioning level for this year. Beyond that, I did think that, maybe I had ADHD, but I've been doctor diagnosed this year. So I never really thought about like what works best for me in terms of how my brain works. But we all like dopamine hits, right? Like it's very obvious because social media, but especially those of us with ADHD, that is kind of how we run. It's how we keep moving forward. So if you can load your business with easy dopamine hit routines, then that's going to help your business. That's going to help you move through things quickly. Now, I credit me being able to post one new YouTube video every day on this dopamine hit. I was wondering at first, why is it so easy for me to get YouTube videos out? But I think it's because I get this quick reaction by uploading the video and seeing maybe some immediate views, some likes, some comments. And so that gives like that dopamine hit. But also it's a quick finish on a task, right? Like I can create a video, and my videos have been about 5 to 15 minutes long. I grab a screenshot, make a thumbnail, upload it, and I can have a video done in a half an hour. And that's a quick project, but it also, allows me to get my work out there. And so it's impactful. And these are the kind of things, we will really thrive in. So YouTube is a good one. Email marketing is another one. That's why I have been sending an email every day for probably around 15 years. And I find it very easy because that's, again, it's like a quick dopamine hit. I can see how many people open it immediately after I send it. So, and you can bet I'm watching those stats, right? Also, just email in general. As a coach, I do email marketing and I love it when my clients email me. That's like it's another dopamine hit. Oh, something to read, something to open, respond to as quickly as possible. I love it. So it works really well for me. And then I build my business models around that, right? So another thing you want to do is build in later money because we are reactive, we are impulsive. I've had a tendency to kind of blow up a business and start a new one before I can really think about what I'm doing. So I want to build in things that mitigate that. I want to build in things that allow me to have that freedom sometimes. Now, I've been a lot more careful about what I decide to throw away and start something fresh because I've made mistakes in that area where I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't do the same thing over again. So think about that and how you can really start to mitigate that with other kinds of business models or business tasks. And I'll give you a couple of examples. One example is affiliate marketing. So if you're a blogger, an email marketer, you're on YouTube, you can get affiliate links out there, and some affiliate offers will pay you recurring. So you could have recurring commissions or additional commissions because I'm an affiliate for different programs where if I've sent a customer, it may not be a recurring commission, but when that customer makes a second purchase and a third and a fourth purchase, I still earn commissions. So that gives me like backup income, right? You could also create it. You can create backup income from, certainly a YouTube channel like this one. I know that I've been watching some videos. I don't make YouTube income. I'm just getting started here, but um, the income I don't think is huge unless you have a massive following, but it could be a little bit of a backup, right? But another thing you can do is have recurring income. If you are ADHD, you're running a business that has services, you can offer that on a recurring basis, and that will help you have that, ongoing income coming in. Or you could also do a membership. And I have recently realized that you have to be very careful with a membership as well because there's a lot of things about that that could be problematic for our um, kind of our type, right? We will probably get bored if it's like very repetitive or nothing too exciting is happening, nothing much new is happening. That could be problematic for us. So, tip number 5, do things wrong. So, a lot of business owners are going to tell you all kinds of tips about how to run your business properly. Make sure you come into your office ready to go. Your desk is all cleared off. You're going to work hours and be very strict with that. Set strict boundaries. You know, that doesn't work for me. A lot of that advice doesn't work for me. So I work in the ways that work for me. And so that might be wrong to others, but it's right for me. So I might be emailing at night. The advice is don't answer your clients at night. I'm replying to them whenever. And that's fine. It doesn't bother me. And I'm not overloaded with it. And I might work from the couch. I might work with Netflix on and I'm working on graphics. You know, I do what works for me, right? So we are at tip number 6, and I want you to look at your abilities and compare them to the business model that you're thinking about running or even the one you're running. Because if you're running a business model that doesn't work really well for being ADHD, you can probably adapt it to work better for you. So we want to think about that. I will, like I said before, get bored with memberships. So I have in the past made my memberships have a challenge, like a monthly challenge. So it's something new, it's something exciting, it's something to get people going, right? Or with coaching, if the coaching is moving slowly and my coaching clients are not like emailing me, then it becomes an issue for me because I want to have that interaction. So I have to think about ways to engage them. And that might be automated emails that go out and ask them a question, and then they'll hit reply. And then we have some more back and forth going on instead of waiting for them to engage. It also means continuing to speak to my market so that I attract people like me because other people who have ADHD who want email marketing, they are probably going to initiate more emails because they like the replies, like I do. So that's a great match. So I want to look for people who are just a great match. Um, so tip number 8, I think we're at 8, is get a diagnosis. If you suspect you have ADHD, but you're not positive, and you're probably right, because I know there are a lot of women now getting diagnosed in perimenopause at my age because we've been able to keep it all together before now, but then just things hit different at this age, and we just start looking for answers. And that's an answer we start discovering that we've never really got diagnosed with it, but we may have suspected it all along. So when you get that, though, you feel this sense of validation. And I don't love going to look for validation because I want to validate from it within, and that was a whole other process I had to go through as I grew my business. But this one, it hits differently to know that the things you've been struggling with, there is a reason for them. The things that have felt harder when other people are like, well, just make a list. Well, just do this. Well, just do that. And they're well-meaning, but I tried that, and maybe it worked really well for you, but it didn't for me. And they don't understand that that's just not how I work, right? So when you get that diagnosis, you can start to think about how to work well with how you work best. Right. So that really can help. Tip number 9 is to learn from people who get you, like people who really understand how you work. And this is why I'm making more of these videos myself. I would like people to know that I do get them, and that I would like to work with more people who are neurodivergent and not it's not that I don't want to work with neurotypicals, but I think it wouldn't be a great fit if you're trying to learn processes from me that I just don't do. And over the years, I've had this experience where I get a lot of people asking me for the step by step, and they're looking for some kind of guarantee because there are different things that people need to learn, and it just wasn't a good match. And I was trying to provide them with something that just didn't fit for me to teach them because it just wasn't how I operated. Like, I operate on instinct, and I don't need the full step. I don't need to see the whole path, and I don't believe in my case that that's helpful for me because you can't predict how it's going to turn out. So just go for it and get that feedback as you go. So, tip number 10 is use containers. Use things that can help you see an end to a project. So that's why, I'm launching courses. They have an end, they have a very specific thing that a deliverable, right? So if there's anything you can do in your business to use those kind of containers. So another example would be I decided to start marketing on YouTube, and instead of it being this open-ended, okay, now I'm a marketer on YouTube forever, I decided to make it a 90-day challenge for myself. Can I post once a day for 90 days on YouTube? That made it exciting. So that's like part of the container is exciting, but also it made it so that I know there's an end. So I'm not promising my community, because I sent this out to my email list, I'm not promising my community that I will now be marketing on YouTube forever and they can watch my videos there. But I'm giving it a chance. I'm giving it a container. So that would be my tip number 10. And my bonus tip, if I've added these up correctly, I apologize, and you could tell me in the comments if I got the numbers wrong, because I did it. I just put bullets next to them. The 10th one is have a keystone habit, because a keystone habit is better than 10 goals. One thing that moves you forward consistently, and we can do that every single day. And that's the thing that has really been the key to my success. Not knowing I had ADHD and feeling very frustrated in the early days, because a lot of the advice is not for someone with ADHD. And I was just getting so frustrated and feeling so defeated, and like things weren't working for me that seemed to work so easily for others. As a matter of fact, I almost wrote an ebook, and I didn't have the answer to the question on the cover, so I didn't write it. But the ebook was going to be called "What Has She Got That I Haven't Got?" And it's so sad to think about that now, because I wasn't aware that I was struggling to fit, like a square peg into a round hole, right? Like I was trying to fit myself into business models that weren't working, advice that wasn't working, and feeling really frustrated about it. But then I stumbled along with email marketing, with daily email marketing, and that became a cornerstone habit that I did every single day, that I connected with my audience, and I was able to send them my offers of my courses or my coaching, or when I was doing website design, whatever it was, I was sending emails about it and getting that out to my community of people, of subscribers on my email list. And that was what allowed me to raise business while I raised a family. It was allowed me to have priority on being there with my kids, working whenever, wherever, however I wanted. I work from coffee shops. Like I haven't done that enough lately, but I want to get back out to like just working, writing emails in the coffee shop, working from the library, outlining my courses, going to the beach and writing a blog post. That allowed me to do that because I was sending one email every day. I do have a masterclass on this and I invite you to come check it out. The link will be in the description. It's totally free. It's full of details about, how one email a day can provide you with a business that creates lifestyle freedom. So that's it for this video. I hope these tips were helpful and I'll talk with you soon.